Captain Sarah Chun stood on the bridge of the USS Pioneer, humanity's newest deep space vessel. The ship hummed with power as it moved through the dark void. Her crew worked quietly at their stations. Everything seemed normal until Lieutenant Min-Jun Kim suddenly looked up from his console. "Captain, we're receiving something strange," Min-Jun said. His fingers moved quickly across his screen. "It's not from any human ship." Sarah walked over to his station. The signal appeared on the screen as strange patterns and waves. "Can you decode it?" she asked. Min-Jun nodded. "Give me a moment." He worked for several minutes. Then his eyes went wide. "Captain, it's a distress signal. And it's not human." The bridge went silent. This was humanity's first contact with alien life. Sarah felt her heart beat faster, but she kept her voice calm. "Put it on speakers." A series of clicks and tones filled the bridge. Then, surprisingly, broken English came through. "Help ... please ... anyone. Our world dies. Zarkonian Empire attacks. We have little time ... double quotes. Commander Jung-Hoon Park, Sarah's second-in-command, stepped forward. "It could be a trap, Captain," Sarah thought for a moment. Humanity had always wondered if they were alone in the universe. Now they had their answer. And these aliens needed help. "How far is the signal source?" Sarah asked. "About 3 light years, Captain," replied Navigator Co. Yan Lee. "We could reach them in 2 weeks with our jump drive." Sarah looked at her crew. Each face showed the same mix of fear and excitement. This decision would change everything. But she thought about Earth's history. Humans had always helped those in need. It was what made them human. "Send a response," Sarah ordered. "Tell them help is coming." Min-Jun's fingers flew across his console. "Message sent, Captain." Within minutes, another message came back. This time, the English was clearer. You will help us? We are the Zircon. Our planet? Zircon Prime. Under attack. Zarkonian Empire wants our resources. We have only days left." Sarah turned to her communications officer. "Contact Earth Command. Tell them we've made first contact and we're responding to a distress call." Jung-Hoon moved closer to Sarah. "Captain, we're one ship. What if this Zarkonian Empire is too powerful?" Sarah smiled. "Then we'll do what humans do best. We'll find a way." She activated the ship's intercom. "Attention all crew. This is the captain. We've received an alien distress signal. A species called the Zircon is under attack. We're going to help them. I know this is not what we expected on our exploration mission, but throughout history, humans have stood up for those who cannot defend themselves. Today, we extend that tradition to the stars." The crew's response was immediate. Cheers echoed through the ship. Sarah felt pride swell in her chest. This was why humanity had reached for the stars. "Co. Yan, plot a course for Zircon Prime," Sarah commanded. "Engineering, prepare the jump drive. We leave in 1 hour." As the crew prepared, another message arrived from the Zircon. This time, it included video. The screen showed a being unlike anything humans had seen. The Zircon, called Zex, appeared humanoid, but with blue-tinted skin and large, dark eyes. Despite the alien features, Sarah could see the fear and hope in those eyes. "Human ship," Zex said, his voice now clear through the universal translator they had sent. "I am Zex, leader of Zircon Prime. We are peaceful. We have no weapons to match the Zarkonian fleet. 12 of their warships surround our planet. Our shields will fail soon. Are you certain you can help?" Sarah stepped forward. "Zex, I am Captain Sarah Chun of Earth. We're coming. Hold on as long as you can. But you are one ship," Zex said, confusion in his voice. Sarah's smile grew wider. "For now. But humans have a saying, no one fights alone. We're sending word to Earth. More ships will come. As the USS Pioneer prepared to jump, Sarah looked at the stars. Humanity had finally found others in the universe, and their first act would be to save them. It was, she thought, a very human beginning to a larger story. Asterisk, the USS Pioneer dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the Zircon system. Captain Sarah Chun stared at the viewscreen, her hands gripping the command chair. Before them, Zircon Prime hung in space like a blue and green jewel. But surrounding it, 12 massive Zarkonian warships formed a threatening ring. "Captain, I'm scanning their ships," Lieutenant Minjun reported from his station. "Their technology is advanced. Energy weapons, heavy shields. Each ship is 3 times our size." Commander Young-Hoon Park studied the tactical display. "We can't fight them directly." "Not alone," Sarah nodded. She knew they were outgunned. But humans hadn't survived by strength alone. They survived by being clever. "Open a channel to the Zarkonian fleet." "Channel open." "Captain," Minjun confirmed. A harsh voice filled the bridge. "Unknown vessel, you enter Zarkonian conquest space. Leave now or be destroyed." Sarah stood up. "This is Captain Sarah Chun of Earth. We're here on a peaceful mission. The Zircon have asked for our help. Perhaps we can negotiate." The view screen changed. A massive alien appeared. Unlike the gentle-looking Zircon, this being was built for war. Red scales covered its body. 4 arms ended in sharp claws. Yellow eyes burned with aggression. "I am War Commander Thargen," the alien growled. "The Zircon resources belong to the Empire. One small ship cannot stop us. Leave or join them in death." Sarah kept her voice calm. "Commander, Earth offers trade. We have technology and resources. Surely we can reach an agreement without violence." Thargon laughed. It was not a pleasant sound. "Earth? We know nothing of Earth. You are unknown, weak. The Zarkonian Empire takes what it wants." The transmission ended. Sarah turned to her crew. "Well, they don't know about Earth. That's our advantage." Seo Yin looked up from her navigation console. "Captain, I'm receiving encrypted messages from Earth. The 4th Fleet is mobilizing. Admiral Roberts says they'll be here in 18 hours. Sarah smiled. 18 hours. We need to buy time. "Captain," Minjun interrupted. "Incoming transmission from Zircon Prime." Zex appeared on the screen. The Zircon leader looked exhausted. "Captain Chun, our shields are at 20%. We have maybe 5 hours before they fail. The Zarkonians have demanded our surrender." "Don't surrender," Sarah said firmly. "We have a plan. Can you boost your shields if we provide power?" Zex's large eyes widened. "Yes, but how?" Sarah turned to her chief engineer, Lieutenant Commander David Webb. "David, can we extend our power grid to their shield network?" David thought for a moment. "It's risky, Captain. We'd be vulnerable. But yes, I can do it." "Do it," Sarah ordered. Then she turned back to Zex. "We're going to buy you time. Earth's fleet is coming." "Fleet?" Zex asked, hope creeping into his voice. "How many ships?" 42, Sarah replied. "All armed and ready to fight." On the Zarkonian command ship, Thargon watched the small Earth vessel move toward the planet. "What are they doing?" he asked his second in command. "They appear to be extending some kind of energy field, War Commander," his officer replied. "The Zircon shields are strengthening." Thargon slammed his fist on his command chair. "One small ship dares defy the Empire? Destroy them." "War Commander," another officer spoke up. "I'm detecting multiple hyperspace signatures approaching." "Many ships." Thargon stood up. "How many?" 40. "No, 42 ships. War Commander. They'll arrive in 17 hours. For the first time, Thargon felt uncertainty. 42 ships from an unknown species. He had only 12. Send word to the Empire. Request reinforcements. Back on the Pioneer, Sarah watched as the Zarkonian ships repositioned. They were nervous. Good, Captain, Jung-hoon said quietly. The Zarkonians are sending messages. They're calling for backup, Sarah nodded. Let them. By the time their reinforcements arrive, this will be over. She opened a channel to Earth's approaching fleet. Admiral Roberts appeared on her screen. The older man smiled. Captain Shun, you've done well. We're bringing everything we've got. The Mars Defense Fleet is also mobilizing. Another 30 ships will arrive 6 hours after us. Sarah felt relief wash over her. 72 human ships in total. The Zarkonians wouldn't know what hit them. Captain, Minjum called out. The Zircon are sending another message. Zex appeared again, tears streaming down his blue face. Captain Shun, you're risking your ship for us. Why? You don't know us. Sarah smiled warmly. Because, Zex, helping others is what makes us human. No one should face bullies alone. We stand with you. The bridge crew nodded in agreement. This was humanity's moment. They would show the galaxy what humans were made of. Asterisk. Admiral Marcus Roberts stood on the bridge of the USS Thunderbolt as the Fourth Fleet dropped out of hyperspace. 42 human warships appeared in perfect formation. The sight made his chest swell with pride. Humanity had answered the call. Admiral, the Pioneer is transmitting their tactical data, his communications officer reported. Roberts studied the information. The Zarkonian ships had pulled back slightly, but still surrounded Zircon Prime. The Pioneer held position near the planet, its power feeding the alien shields. Open a channel to all ships, Roberts commanded. This is Admiral Roberts. Remember your training. We're not just fighting for the Zircon. We're showing the galaxy who humans are. All ships, attack pattern Delta. Let's give these bullies a lesson they won't forget. On the Zarkonian command ship, Thargon watched in disbelief as the human fleet arrived. His scanner officer's voice shook. War Commander, their ships ... They're all different designs, different weapons systems. It's like they built them for various combat scenarios. Thargon studied the human fleet. Some ships were sleek and fast. Others were heavily armored. Several seemed to be carrier vessels. The variety confused him. The Zarkonian Empire built all ships the same way. These humans were unpredictable. All ships, prepare for battle, Thargon ordered. But doubt crept into his mind. Admiral Roberts opened a channel to the Zarkonians. Commander Thargon, this is Admiral Roberts of Earth's Fourth Fleet. You have one chance. Leave this system now, and no one has to die. Thargon appeared on the screen, his 4 arms crossed. You think your primitive fleet frightens the Empire? We are warriors. We have conquered 50 worlds. Roberts remained calm. And how many of those worlds could fight back? The Zircon are peaceful. They couldn't defend themselves. But humans? We've been fighting wars for thousands of years. We've gotten very good at it. Then we will destroy you all. Thargon roared. Roberts sighed. I was hoping you'd see reason. All ships, engage. The battle exploded across space. Human destroyers darted forward, their speed surprising the Zarkonians. The USS Lightning and USS Storm struck first, their plasma cannons targeting the enemy's weapon systems. Captain Jennifer Park commanded the carrier USS Independence. Launch all fighters, she ordered. 90 small, fast fighters poured from her ship's hangar bays. The fighters swarmed the nearest Zarkonian warship. Their small size made them hard to target. They struck at weak points, disabling weapons and engines. On Zircon Prime, Zex and his people watched in amazement. The humans fought with coordination and strategy the Zarkonians couldn't match. Each ship seemed to know exactly what the others would do. "By the stars," Zex whispered. "They fight like a single organism." Captain Sarah Chun watched from the Pioneer. She spotted an opportunity. "Min Jun, scan that damaged Zarkonian ship. Find their shield frequency." Min Jun worked quickly. "Got it, Captain." "Transmit it to the fleet," Sarah ordered. Within seconds, human weapons adjusted. The damaged Zarkonian ship's shields collapsed. The USS Hammer moved in, its heavy cannons finishing the job. The enemy ship drifted powerless. Tar (GON) watched one of his ships fall. "Impossible. How did they break our shield so quickly?" His second-in-command looked terrified. "War Commander, they're adapting to our tactics. Every move we make, they counter. It's like they're learning as they fight." That was exactly what was happening. Humans had always been adaptable. In space, that trait was their greatest weapon. Admiral Roberts commanded from the center of the battle. "Carrier group, swing left. Draw their fire." Heavy cruisers, punch through their center. Show them human determination. The battle raged for an hour. 3 more Zarkonian ships fell. The humans had taken damage, but no ships were lost. The Zarkonians had never faced an enemy like this. These humans didn't just fight. They thought, adapted, and worked together. On the Pioneer, Jung-hoon pointed at his display. "Captain, look." Sarah saw it too. More hyperspace signatures. But these weren't Zarkonian reinforcements. 30 ships bearing Mars colony markings dropped into the system. General Ahmad Hassan's voice boomed across the communications. "This is the Mars Defense Fleet. Sorry, we're late to the party." "Where do you need us, Admiral?" Roberts grinned. "General Hassan, perfect timing. Form up on our right flank. Let's end this." Thargon stared at his displays. 72 human ships now faced his remaining 8. His pride warred with logic. The Empire had never retreated. But he had never seen fighters like these humans. "War Commander," his officer said urgently. "What are your orders?" Thargon closed all 4 of his eyes. The Empire would call him a coward. But his fleet would be destroyed if they stayed. These humans were unlike anything they had faced. Thargon's yellow eyes burned with rage as he watched his fleet being systematically dismantled. Another explosion lit up space as the USS Phoenix's missiles found their mark on a Zarkonian cruiser. Only 7 of his ships remained functional. "War Commander, our shields are failing." His tactical officer shouted over the chaos. On the human flagship, Admiral Roberts watched the battle with calculated calm. "They're breaking. Maintain pressure, but watch for desperation moves." Captain Chun's voice came through the comm. "Admiral, I'm detecting a massive energy buildup in Thargon's ship. It looks like they're charging some kind of super weapon." Roberts frowned. "All ships, evasive maneuvers." Science vessels analyzed that energy signature. Dr. Elena Vasquez, aboard the research vessel USS Darwin, worked frantically at her console. "Admiral, it's a plasma cascade weapon. If it fires, it could destroy half our fleet." "How long until it's charged?" Roberts demanded. 3 minutes, sir." Roberts made a quick decision. "All fighters, concentrate fire on Thargon's ship. We need to disrupt that weapon." Captain Ahmad Hassan of the Mars fleet had another idea. "Admiral, the Martian colonists didn't just send warships. We brought something special." On his command, 3 modified mining vessels moved forward. They had been retrofitted with powerful electromagnetic pulse generators. Technology developed to disable equipment in Mars. Harsh environment, EMP ships. "You are cleared to engage," Hassan ordered. The mining vessels moved in perfect synchronization. As Zarkonian weapons fired at them, their heavy mining armor absorbed the damage. They reached optimal range. "Fire!" Hassan commanded. 3 massive electromagnetic pulses washed over Thargoon's ship. Systems flickered and died. The superweapon's energy dissipated harmlessly into space.tar !GON, slammed all 4 fists onto his command console. Get our systems back online. It will take 10 minutes, War Commander, his engineer replied. 10 minutes they didn't have. The human fleet pressed their advantage. The USS Thunderbolt and USS Warrior moved in, their cannons targeting the helpless command ship's engines. Meanwhile, on Zircon Prime, Zex watched the battle with tears streaming down his face. His aide, Velto, stood beside him. The humans fight like heroes from our ancient stories. Zex nodded. They came to help strangers. They risk everything for us. Suddenly, Minjun's voice rang out on the Pioneer's bridge. Captain, new contacts. 15 Zarkonian ships just dropped out of hyperspace. Sarah's heart sank. Reinforcements had arrived. Even with their advantages, the human fleet couldn't fight 22 enemy ships. But then something unexpected happened. The new Zarkonian ships didn't move to attack. Instead, a transmission came through on all channels. A different Zarkonian appeared on screen. This one was older, with gray scales and a calmer demeanor. I am Fleet Marshal Corvan of the Zarkonian Empire. I am here to collect our forces. Thargon's face appeared on a split screen. Fleet Marshal, give me your ships. We can still crush these humans. Corvan's expression was stern. No, Thargan. I have been monitoring this battle. These humans have defeated you soundly. More importantly, the Empire Council has been watching. They are ... impressed. Admiral Roberts stepped forward. Fleet Marshal, are you ordering a retreat? I am ordering a cessation of hostilities, Corvan replied. The Empire respects strength. You humans have shown strength, but also something else. You came to defend those who could not defend themselves. This is ... unusual, Thargon protested. Fleet Marshal, the Zircon resources are not worth losing our entire fleet over, Corvan interrupted. Thargon, you are relieved of command. All Zarkonian ships, prepare for withdrawal. Sarah couldn't believe what she was hearing. Fleet Marshal, does this mean the Zircon are safe? Corvan nodded slowly. The Empire will not return to this system. We have learned something today. There are new players in the galaxy. Humans. He paused. Perhaps one day we might speak as equals rather than enemies. Admiral Roberts stepped forward. Earth would welcome diplomatic relations, Fleet Marshal. We prefer friendship to war. Corvan's expression showed surprise. You would befriend those who just tried to destroy you? Everyone deserves a second chance, Roberts replied. That's also part of being human. As the Zarkonian fleet powered down their weapons and began to withdraw, cheers erupted across the human fleet. On Zircon Prime, celebrations began in every city. Zex's voice came through to all human ships. Humans of Earth, you have saved our entire civilization. We are forever in your debt, Sarah smiled. No debt, Zex. That's what friends do for each other. The battle was won, but more importantly, humanity had announced itself to the galaxy not as conquerors, but as protectors. 3 days had passed since the battle. The USS Pioneer's hangar bay had been transformed into a diplomatic meeting hall. Captain Sarah Chun stood beside Admiral Roberts as they waited for their guests to arrive. The hangar doors opened, and Zex entered with several Zircon delegates. Their blue skin seemed to shimmer under the lights. Following them, surprisingly, was Fleet Marshal Corvan with 2 Zarkonian guards. Welcome aboard the Pioneer, Sarah said warmly. Zex stepped forward and did something unexpected. He knelt. Captain Chun, Admiral Roberts, you saved our world. How can we ever repay you? Roberts helped him stand. Please, no kneeling. We're equals here. As for repayment, how about friendship? Corvin watched this interaction with interest. You humans are strange. Most species would demand resources or technology. We'll share technology freely, Roberts replied. That's how we all grow stronger. They moved to a table where Earth delegates, including Dr. Elena Vasquez and General Hassan, were seated. Min Jun and Yonghun stood ready with translation devices, though they were hardly needed now. I've been authorized by Earth's United Government to propose something. Roberts began. A galactic alliance. A union of worlds that support and protect each other. Zex's large eyes widened. You would include us? We have no military. We couldn't contribute much, Dr. Vasquez smiled. I've been studying your technology. Your medical science is incredible. Your healing devices could save millions of lives. And your agricultural methods, General Hassan added. Mars could feed 10 times its population with your techniques. Corvan leaned forward. And what of the Zarkonian Empire? We just tried to conquer the Zircon. Sarah looked him directly in the eyes. You stopped. You chose peace over continued conflict. That shows wisdom. The Alliance would welcome the Empire if you agree to its principles. Which are? Corvin asked. Roberts pulled up a holographic display. No member attacks another. All members contribute what they can. If one is threatened, all respond. We share knowledge and resources. We explore the galaxy together. Corvin was quiet for a long moment. The Empire has always taken what it wants. This cooperation, it is foreign to us. It was foreign to humans once too, Sarah said. We fought each other for thousands of years. But we learned that together, we're stronger than alone. Zex spoke up. The Zircon accept. We want to be part of this alliance. All eyes turned to Corvin. The fleet marshal's 4 arms moved restlessly. I must consult with the Empire Council. But ... double quotes. I will recommend we accept. You humans have shown us a different path. Perhaps a better one. Suddenly, Minjun's console beeped. Captain, we're receiving multiple transmission from Earth. Also from Mars, the Jupiter stations, and... Wait, these are from other species. The view screen lit up with dozens of alien faces. A crystalline being spoke first. We are the Solani. We monitored your battle. We wish to join this alliance. Aquatic-looking alien appeared next. The Hydros Federation stands with Earth. One by one, 15 different species announced their interest. They had all been watching. They had all seen humanity's actions. Roberts stood, emotion clear in his voice. This is incredible. Earth responds to one distress call. And now look, we're building something amazing. Seo Yan, who had been quiet until now, spoke up. Captain, I'm calculating the combined resources of all these civilizations. Together, we could explore beyond our galaxy. We could build stations in dark space. We could do things none of us could do alone. Corvan stood. I must return to the Empire immediately. This changes everything. If this alliance succeeds, ... He looked at the humans with something approaching respect. You may have just reshaped the galaxy. As the meeting continued, Sarah stepped aside with Zex. Are your people recovering? Zex nodded. Thanks to you. Captain, I must ask. Your species is young to space travel. How did you know to help us? Sarah smiled. There's an old Earth saying, today you, tomorrow me. We help because one day we might need help. But mostly we help because it's right. Later, as the delegates departed, Admiral Roberts stood with Sarah, looking out at the stars. You know what this means, don't you? Humanity just became the cornerstone of galactic peace. Sarah nodded. No pressure, right? They both laughed. But as Sarah looked at the stars, she felt hope. Humanity had found its place in the universe, not as conquerors or subjects, but as protectors and friends. The distress call that brought them here had changed everything. And this was just the beginning. Earth's message was clear. In the vast darkness of space, no one would stand alone anymore. The end asterisk.